Hello students, so here we are going to talk about the word Nicht today. Children, before this Nicht, we have already seen one more negative word, that is the word kein. Okay, kein. And kein is not just a word but it's called article. Yeah, first I would like you to visit this particular topic. If you haven't visited it, please do visit it and then only come to the word Nicht. You can see it in the description if you want to see the word kein, or it will be in the playlist. You can check over there also. Now children, the word Nicht, it's a word, it's a negative word. In German we say negative. Okay, negative, so it's a negative word. Mostly this word is used to negate a verb. Mostly this verb, this particular word nicht is used to negate verb. Yeah, to make this particular verb negative, we use the word nicht. How it comes in the sentence, just see. At present, I'll give you the most two important rules for this. Which are the most two? In the first rule, children, generally we have one verb in the sentence and mostly that verb is in the second position. When you have come to this topic, that means you have visited most of the topics of builder Sätze or else framing sentence. Yeah, and if you know to frame sentence till now, you know that the verb mostly comes in the second place. So for example, ish and then a verb. So here if I write ish arbeite bei Tata Motors. Ich arbeite bei Tata Motors. Tata Motors, it's a company name. You can write any company name for an example. So I want to make the verb in this sentence negative. Yeah. So how to make a verb in this sentence negative? I am not working. If I want to say like this, how to do it? So whenever you have only one verb, it's only one verb in the whole sentence, and that too it is in the second position. So that time, if before full stop, if you put the word nicht, yeah, before full stop, if you put the word nicht, the sentence, in that particular sentence, the verb is, means it becomes negative also and the sentence also becomes negative. Here we have negated the verb. Ich arbeite bei Tata Motors nicht. I am not working at Tata Motors. So this rule, when the nicht is coming at the end before full stop, when this rule should be used? When the verb is in the second position and when there is only one verb in the sentence, only that time you will be using this nicht at the end to negate that whole sentence or to negate that particular verb we use in this manner. Okay, this is the first rule. Now the second rule, children, whenever children, if you don't understand any part of that video, you just have to go back or rewind that part and again you have to listen it so that you will understand it much better. Second rule or else second example where the nicht comes somewhere else. Okay, so that I am going to show you. Now it happens most of the time in two things. In the topic of perfect form, yeah, and in the topic of modal verben. In these two cases, children, there are two forms of verbs. Yeah, in perfect form, in this perfect form, children, we have a helping verb in the second place and there is a perfect form of that verb last, we say. We have that perfect form at the last. And in the modal verben kind of sentences, we normally have two kinds of verbs. In the first place, we have the modal verben in the second position and the second verb is any general verb. I'll show you with the example so that you will understand much better. So first we will take an example of perfect form. Now for example, ich habe Pizza gegessen. Ich habe Pizza gegessen. Yeah. Now, the meaning of the sentence, I have eaten a pizza. Now, if I want to negate this particular sentence, where will the nicht word come? Because here we cannot use nicht at the end before full stop. We cannot use that rule because in this kind of sentence, we have two kinds of verb forms. One verb form is in the second place, that's a helping verb, and the second form is, this is called the perfect form of a verb. Perfect form it is of a verb, children. So in this case of perfect form, we write the sentence in this manner. Ich habe Pizza, and where your word gegessen will be there. Yeah, the perfect form. You can just keep in mind wherever your perfect form will be there at the end, exactly before that perfect form, you are going to use the word nicht. Ich habe Pizza nicht gegessen. This is how the sentence will be. So you are not putting the nicht word here. Near the full stop, you will not put it because there are two forms of verbs in this sentence. One is the helping verb and one is this perfect form of a verb. So that time the nicht word comes exactly before the perfect form. Yeah, you just have to make sure that perfect form, wherever the perfect form is there, exactly nearby the perfect form, we are going to put the word nicht to make that sentence negative and to make that particular verb negative. Now one more sentence if you want of perfect form I will take. Instead of ich, we'll put hat Buch gelesen. Hat Buch gelesen, ein Buch gelesen, whatever you want, you can write. We are concentrating today on nicht word, so don't concentrate on the article parts at present. Now, in this sentence, children, again, the nicht word we are using to negate a verb or a sentence. Okay, so the rule tells us that whenever the perfect form comes, it comes as it is, hat Buch, and wherever you are writing the perfect form, yeah, normally the perfect form comes at the end of the sentence, and just before the perfect form, you are going to use the word nicht, ich. Okay, hat Buch nicht gelesen. Hat Buch gelesen means he has read that particular book. So here he has not read that particular book. So this way the sentence meaning will be there. Now the next form. So I have taught you first form is nicht will be at end when there is only one verb in a sentence, children, and if that verb is in the second position. Only in this condition you are putting the nicht word at the end. Now the second thing I told you about a perfect form, what to do, whenever the perfect form sentence is there, wherever your perfect form is there, at the end normally the perfect form is, so exactly before the perfect form you are going to put the word nicht to make that sentence or that particular verb negative. This is how is the second part. Now in this second part, as we have seen, there are two more parts, right? So the two more parts are in the second only it is. So perfect form 1 we saw. Now when the modal verb is in the picture, when the modal verbs are in the picture, modal verben we say in German. So the sentence will look like this. Ich möchte Pizza essen. Ich möchte Pizza essen. So in this sentence, children, if you see, the modal verb is in the second place and there are two verbs in the sentence. So it's in the second position and one more verb we have at the end. Okay, so as I told you, there are two forms of verbs in the sentence: möchte, that is a modal verb, and any kind of verb at the particular end of the sentence. So when two verbs are there in the sentence, like perfect form or modal verben, so that time how to write means how to negate that whole sentence and how to negate a verb in the sentence. So it will look like this: Ich möchte Pizza. So wherever that second verb is there are two verbs, no? So from that second verb will be at the end, right? So just before that second verb we are going to put the word nicht. So ich möchte Pizza nicht essen. Yeah, so you have understood the concept. So whenever one verb is there in the sentence, nicht will come at the end. Okay, at end. And when in the second part, when two verbs are there in the sentence, two verbs, that time the nicht word comes exactly before the last verb form. Okay, so these are the things you can use these rules in your framing of sentences. And children, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also to press the bell icon so that whenever I put any new content of your syllabus, you will receive it first. Yeah, and please do press like so that even we are motivated to make videos for y'all.